Hello, everybody. It's me, Abby. I'm live on the Makeup Science Asia page and on the Makeup Science Asia YouTube channel, and we have a special guest today. Okay, so we've been going live sa groups, pero we wanted to share with you also one of the sessions from our students, and we see fit na isa siya sa mga i-live namin talaga kasi she has a lot of makeup and she can show you different options as well. I'm so excited to introduce you to her. Ayan, let's add her to the stream. This is Vim. She's one of our 101 students. Hello, Vim. Wait, I'm checking
Hello.
your student file right now. This is your fourth session, tama?
Yes. Apo.
Pang-apat. Okay. So, today, we're going to put together, since kung napansin mo, if it's topic per topic, it's usually the other coaches. Tapos yung pag ganito na full face, na kailangan ko na talagang ma-assess how far you've come when it comes to your classes. Ako yung sineschedule for the student. So, today, we're going to do a full face. Ayan. And I've already instructed you to cleanse or wash your face, right? So we're gonna go in first with moisturizer. I'm gonna do your makeup with you while we try to explain yung mga topics or theories na naturo na ng ating ibang coaches. Okay? So, let's start. All right. So, ano yung moisturizer?
Hindi ako nag-review.
Hindi naman ako magtatanong. Gagawin lang natin to. Okay. So, what moisturizer are you gonna use?
Oh, I already put yung yung aloe vera soothing gel.
Yeah, the aloe vera soothing gel. That's good. If you check at the back, for those of you watching, if you check at the back, you can see may nakalagay dyan na ingredient. It says glycerin. So, yon. So, yung glycerin, nakikita mo ba? Nakalagay glycerin. Glycerin, guys, is a humectant. So, a humectant is something that you can put on your face. Tapos, it pulls the moisture to the surface of your skin. So, whenever people ask you guys, kung ba kailangan pa bang lagyan ng moisturizer? Oo, 'di ba? Remember Vim, I explained that to you the first time that we met, 'di ba? When you're oily, you still have to put a moisturizer on kasi one of the reasons lang naman because you're oily due to a number of reasons eh. One of the reasons why you're oily is because your skin is dry. So yun yung defense mechanism ng ating body. Whenever we're dry, our body produces oil. So para maiwasan natin yan, maglagay tayo ng moisturizer that is water-based or something that has glycerin. So after moisturizer, what are we gonna put next, Vim? Remember? Primer.
Primer.
Primer, yeah.
Primer. Wait lang, andun pala yung...
Go ahead. So while Vim is taking her primer, I want to show you two kinds. So this one is a Pro Prep primer from LA. This one is mattifying. So it has dimethicone, which is a silicone. So it's a kind of silicone that makes your face, it kind of laminates your face for the lack of a term. So nagkakaroon tayo ng extra na na parang skin dyan para mas madaling mag-makeup and the makeup stays on longer. And then we also have this. So this is a glow oil. Pag gusto mo ng mas glowy or mas dewy na look, ito ang gagamitin natin. So for today, this is what I'm going to use for the purposes of the class, no? Ikaw, how about you, Vim? What are you gonna use?
I only have yung BYS face primer po, which has vitamin E and chamomile extract.
Wow, that is so according to them. All right, so we're going to apply. You're supposed to apply, Vim. You're supposed to apply just a pea-sized amount. Ako naman, I'm just gonna apply mga around 3 drops all over my face. And then I'm going to blend it like so. So this is going to allow my makeup to become more dewy kasi it's oil. Just be careful whenever you're using something like this kasi it can really amp up the oil on your face. So if you're oily already naturally, I don't really recommend using this. So for those of you who are watching, and as much as I want to feature your comments, I have to hold makeup. So hello, everybody. If you have any questions for me, just go ahead and comment them down below, both on YouTube and on Facebook there. Yung giveaway winner po is we're gonna announce it on TikTok on the 30th. So that's tomorrow. There. Okay. So, yung color corrector and concealer, in-explain yan sa'yo. We're gonna skip that today kasi our focus today is to do a full coverage base and also rin your eyeshadow and your brows kasi nakasulat sa notes mo na we need more practice with eyeshadows and brows. So can you show me what foundation you're gonna use today?
Where is it? I'm gonna use yung detail foundation po. Kaya lang, hindi ko alam kung nasan siya.
Okay lang, sige, hanapin mo muna.
Ito. Ito. Liquid
Andyan na.
foundation po, but it's a matte finish liquid foundation.
Okay,
Detail.
alright. Okay, sige, we're gonna use the same one. I'm also going to use a matte foundation, although I don't think this is my shade. Mimi, paabot naman ako nung L'Oreal Fresh Wear na lang. There, I got the wrong shade. Oh, so Cams, she says that she also has the BYS primer for oily skin. I haven't tried that primer, honestly. Thanks, Mylene. Ayan, so I'm gonna use something na lang. Since you're using matte, I'm gonna use the Fresh Wear one. Ayan. So here, we're going to apply it. How we taught you on how to apply your foundation is, if you remember, it's area per area. And then you blend it, and then you go to another area. So you can use a sponge to do that. What do you do first with your sponge, Vim?
We wet it.
Yes, you have to
We
make it
spray
wet
a
first.
water. Parang
I'm gonna use a buffing brush. So how you use a buffing brush, just in case you want to use a buffing brush in the future, Vim, how you use a buffing brush is you just pounce it like so. Quickly just pounce it like this. So to those of you guys watching, if you want to do your makeup along with us and send us a photo later, you might go ahead and do so. There. So, yeah, very good. There. So as you can see, guys, it's very dewy. That's because of the foundation and the primer working together. Because this is a very light foundation. It has oxygen technology. And yeah, like I've said, it's from L'Oreal, yung L'Oreal Fresh Wear. There, this is how I would do my foundation. Just pounce it. Kasi ikaw din, Vim, because you're using a sponge, you just wanna dab the sponge, just in case, like, let's assume you concealer and corrector underneath your foundation, you're just gonna have to pounce or dab your sponge because if you drag it, it's going to move the product underneath. There. So let's say good afternoon to people. Hello, Angelo. Wow, your picture is so nice. Here, he has a question. Can you suggest a good primer for people who are allergic to silicone-based primer? Um, the problem kasi, I don't know if you've noticed, Angelo or Vim, kapag bumibili tayo ng primer, halos lahat yan may silicone. The most popular form is dimethicone, no? So, Angelo, the best primers to check is something that's hydrating. Kasi usually, dimethicone or silicone will cause your primer to become matte. So, maghanap tayo ng hydrating primers. Those are the best. You can send me a message later. Baka I can send you a list pag natapos kami ng maaga ni Bim. Pero mukhang hindi kasi glam makeup to eh. Ayan. So as you can see guys, it evens out my skin tone and it's very dewy. Like so. Tapos I like to close my eyes para magkaroon din ako dito ng foundation kasi some areas of my face are red. Parang ikaw din Bim, di ba? May redness may natural redness yung iyong face. Parang I don't know kung sensitive yung skin mo or meron lang redness.
may redness lang ng konti. Pero hindi naman po siya ganun sensitive.
Mm-mm. Yung redness, di ba, I think I don't know who your teacher was during that day. It's either Seth or Mikey. She taught you naman about the color correctors. No? Kapag red, you use the green one to correct it. Right? Or to cancel it out. Okay. So, kapag kontento ka na, guys, kung kontento na kayo sa foundation, like if you're okay with the layers, if it's evened out, just be careful dito sa part na to, Vim. Make sure to pull it down a little bit para hindi masyadong separated ito. Ayan. Oy, may nag-hello sa'yo, Vim. O, si Miss Tin. Hi, Miss Abby and Miss Vim. And ito, your favorite, si
Hello
Mikey.
po.
Hi, Vim. Ayan. It's Mikey's off kasi today. She's at home. Okay, anyway, after that, since
Hello
this is a
po.
glam look, we're gonna do
Yeah.
highlighting with your concealer. Ayan. So, for concealer, what are you gonna use for concealer?
Yung BYS po. BYS din na concealer.
BYS
Cream
din.
concealer.
Oh, by the way, guys, just a trivia. BYS is not a local brand, ha? It's an Australian brand. Some people think kasi na it's a local brand. So we have a question here. Christina is watching. Ano daw ang topic natin today? So Christina, this is a live online class. So this is the fourth session of Vim. She's our student today. So if you want to know what goes on during the online class, you can keep on watching. We're gonna do a glam look tonight. There. Ayan, may nag-hi ulit sa'yo, Vim. May mga fans ka na. Ayan. Okay. So,
Hello
all right.
po.
Hi, Oliver. All right. So, we're going to apply concealer. I'm sure tinuro na to sa'yo, but let's repeat it again because, repetition is the key. Okay. So, what you want to do with your concealer, you have an option. Kasi the tendency with us, Vim, kasi yung dito natin are puffed up, no? Pareho tayo ng face shape. So, we want to avoid drawing a very distinct triangle. What I usually do is I would start here, medyo sa center, and then another line here, and one that goes upwards over here. So, can you try to mimic how this looks like? So what you want to do, guys, is to follow this one. The reason why we start here, Vim, is para hindi siya umabot masyado dito sa gitna, no? Nakakalaki kasi ng ilong yon kapag meron tayong concealer dito. So, dito lang tayo magsa-start. You can use your sponge to blend that in. In my case, I'm going to use a small buffing brush here. I have two buffing brushes here. I think I'll go for this angled one instead. And then what you want to do is to just pounce that here. You can also use your fingers. Like guys, if kapos kayo sa tools, you can always use your fingers naman to do that. So I'm using an angled brush, and then I'm also pouncing that brush onto my under eye just to create a highlight. And then what you want to do is hilain nyo lang ng konti, huwag naman masyado, pababa lang para it's seamless and it kind of fades into your foundation like so. Ayan. Ayan, we have a comment here. Nag-101 class po ako. Nag-101 class po ako before. Sobrang dami kong natutunan. Thank you so much. I don't know if this is your... Roxanne is your name. Ano, baliktad yata yung name mo. Hi, Roxanne. How are you doing? Ayan. Oh, Vim, ito nga, sagutin mo to. Need daw ba ng complete and branded yung makeup tools? Anong masasabi mo dyan, Vim?
Hindi na. Based on what I've learned, hindi naman talaga. Kailangan na alam natin yung, yung type ng mga brushes na gagamitin natin, whether it's going to be yung synthetic or it's an animal hair na type of brushes. Sorry. Feeling ko na wala yung net ko. I'm not sure. Naglalag kasi kayo.
And, oo nga.
Ayan.
Pero hindi. Gets ko yun. Sabi ni Vim, you need to know lang daw kung ano yung type ng brushes na meron ka. And one of the things that we always teach our students is to become resourceful. Diba? So, kung you can use, a lot of our brushes are multi-purpose. Diba? A lot of our products are multi-purpose. To the one asking what my concealer is, I am using this Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Sand. Yan. Okay. Hi, Coach Abby. Ayan si Jessica. She's in Korea. She's our student in Korea. Mahilig ka ba sa K-pop, Vim? Hindi masyado. Ayan si
Hindi
si Jessica Army yan eh. Okay,
Oo.
anyway, so while you're doing your concealer, Vim, let me just explain why I had to put yung pataas dito. I think nakita ko sa notes mo, hindi ito naturo sa'yo pa eh. Kasi this is a glam technique. So, the reason why you want something that goes this way is because it creates a facelift effect. Nahihila pataas yung ating muka. So, as you can see, I'm gonna put more just to prove a point. See? So if you do that way and then you blend it out, it's really going to allow a more defined facelift, kumbaga. See? It lifts your face. By the way, when you're watching and you feel like I'm putting too much makeup on my face, it's because I wanted to translate properly in the screen for Vim. Okay, so up next, you wanna also highlight yung middle ng nose natin, Vim, para hindi na tayo mag-contour. Pero syempre, optional yung contour. What I do is, I take my concealer's doe foot applicator, and then pag ganito yung application natin, Vim, para manipis na manipis. Pag ganyan tayo. Okay, so when you draw the concealer onto the nose bridge, you just want to draw a very thin line. Like so, ganyan. And then you just want to blend it out. You can use your finger for personal purposes, like kung para sa sarili mo lang naman, you can use your finger. Pero pwede mo rin gamitin yung ano mo, Vim, like the pointed tip of your sponge, of your teardrop sponge.
Ooh. I'll try to use muna yung finger ko.
Yeah, you try to use your finger. See? So what that does is it creates already a very defined feature for your nose bridge para hindi na kayo highlight. I mean, mag-contour later on. I'm gonna put some on my forehead as well. And then I'm gonna put on some on my chin. For you guys who have narrow chins, but if you feel your chin is too pointed, you can put some here. For you, Vim, I suggest you do this trick. Kasi 'di ba yung forehead mo, as we discussed before, it can be quite prominent, especially if your hair is tied. So just to balance it out, to make your chin wider, you can put a little bit here also. Okay, so yeah, I would just usually like draw a cross or a line. That will do. Here. To those of you watching, feel free to comment down below para masagot namin yung questions nyo at para mas madaming supplementary lessons si Vim, mas marami siyang matutunan. By the way, guys, I hope you don't think we're going live without the permission of our students. Tinatanong naman namin sila bago kami nagla-live. Okay.
Here.
Yan. So if once that's blended well, we can proceed. You have the option to cream contour. Pero that's something that we teach for professionals na kasi si Vim lang kasi is she's the one who she enrolled to learn for herself, 'di ba? So hindi masyadong necessary sa kanya yung mga cream contour. So we're gonna go set our face now. So as you remember, Vim, when we discussed the products with you during your very first class, we have different kinds of powders. So what do you want to use today?
I have yung ano po, yung Clinic Crystal Creator Bright na powder. Meron siyang shimmering effect po kasi.
Ayan, you're doing great daw, Vim, sabi ni Miss Jeng. Ayan.
Thank you.
Hello, Jeng. I heard about your dog. Oh, so sad. I'm smiling, but I'm sad. I know how it feels. Okay, so anyway, you're going to use loose powder. So when you use loose powder, make sure that it's finely milled. Tulad ng sabi ko sa'yo before, Vim, when you buy loose powder, kailangan pinong-pino. That's what finely milled means. Kasi that's what's going to allow the powder to set your makeup properly. So I'm gonna use the Nishido one. Yun yung nandito sa harap right now. I'm not in my station right now. I'm in the other side of the studio because Seth is teaching on the other side also. So you can use a powder brush to set your face or you can use muna your sponge. So yung mga hinighlight mo na area, you can bake them. So what you want to do is just to douse your sponge or to pick up an ample amount of powder and then press that onto the areas where you put highlight. So I'd like to show you a trick, Vim, on how you can do this better. So you'd start here. Ayan, no? Ganyan siya. And then what you want to do is to drag it or to place it hanggang dito sa side ng nose natin. Kasi this helps with chiseling your nose para meron ka na kagad automatic nose line. Can you see that? So, pwede mo ring
Ah,
gawin
yes.
yan. Ganyan siya.
Oh,
So, could you try and do that please so I can check kung kaya mo na? I'm going to remove the powder right away for me, guys, ha? Kasi this powder isn't so ideal for baking. Eh. This is just very ideal for setting lang itong Nishido, pero not really for baking. When you bake using this powder, it kind of creates a film. So, ayaw natin yung film kasi it creates texture problems. Tapos, Vim, remember when we put concealer here, susundan mo rin lang siya ng powder, no? Ganyan. Para mas lalong mag-facelift yung iyong face. This is a nifty trick to know for those of you na gustong parang nabinat. Nabinat? Nabinat.
naban.
Nabanat. Nabinat! Lagi kong namamali yan. Okay, so anyway, there. And so, kapag pinapaabot mo guys yung powder hanggang dito, it kind of creates the illusion already that your nose is contoured. And you might not need to contour anymore kasi usually for beginners, medyo mahirap mag-contour because you don't have much product control
Amazing.
yet. Amazing, life-changing, shortcuts. For the rest of my face,
Life-changing siya.
for the rest of my face, I'm going to use this Airlight powder, which is obviously my favorite because I've already hit pan. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte powder. And I'm just gonna set the rest of my face. I'm using a small powder brush so I can really set the other areas. I'm gonna remove, like I've said, itatanggalin ko na tong binake ko. And I'm just going to set the rest of my face with powder. You can go ahead also, Vim, and set the rest of your face with powder.
Okay.
I remember, Vim, yung unang class mo was in another house, no?
Ah, yes. Sa brother ko po.
So guys, stay tuned because we're going to do brows next. Vim, I'm sorry, what do you want to do first? Can we do bronzer first before brows? Sige, let's do
Yes,
bronzer
that
na lang.
would be fine.
Okay. So while Vim is doing the rest of her face or setting the rest of her face, let me just give you guys a refresher. Also without in Vim, I'll give you a refresher on bronze and contour. So you remember, diba, when we discussed this with you, I told you about the undertones. So for you guys watching right now, for you to know which kind of palette or which kind of color you're gonna use for your contour or your bronzer, always remember first muna yung purpose ng bronzer natin. Diba? So the bronzer, as the name suggests, it adds warmth to the perimeters of your face. Contour naman, on the other hand, creates a shadow on your face para mag-chisel yung face natin. That being said, when you use bronzer, you're supposed to use a bigger brush because bronzer covers a bigger area in your face. So I would use something like this as compared to something like this for my contour. So ideally, your contour brush is always smaller. And then when you choose a color, oh, this is the wrong palette. I'm sorry. When you choose a color, your bronzer should be warm, like this, and your contour should be gray, like this or like this. So, can you show me what bronzer product you're going to use, Fim? There. Okay. So, I can tell already kung ano dyan yung
The
para,
bronzer that I have. Ito po.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
BL,
BYS din ba yan?
BLK na po siya. May contour blush and highlight na rin.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Ah,
Sige. So,
pang
ako ito. This is what I'm gonna use. So, what you want to
Pero
do, I'm sorry.
Ito pala yung mas yung isa. Yes.
Ayan, sige. You can also use that. I think that that also has a warm undertone, so you may use that also. So, can I
Ayan.
see the brush that you're gonna use? There. Okay, that's the perfect size for a bronzer brush. So what you want to do is just to pick up your bronzer, and the perfect way to do this para hindi patchy-patchy is to make sure na all the end bristles, yung dulo ng mga bristles ng brush mo, make sure na wrap sila ng bronzer lahat. Like this. Yan, yung talagang marap sila ng bronzer. Pero syempre, to control the product, no, Vim, please tap off the excess. Usually, a harder surface would do para talagang matanggal yung excess. And then, you just follow through on how I do it on my face. So guys, when you apply bronzer, you want to imagine this area na tinatamaan ng araw. Tapos dito tayo, circular motions using your brush until you get that warmth that you want. Ako, I really like bronzer. Bronzer is my favorite. Bronzer and blush. Here. To those of you watching, hello, this is a 101 class. This is the fourth session. So you can leave a comment down below if you have questions. Yan. So Vim, taas mo pa konti yung brush mo. Itong area na kasi na to is for contour. There, here. So, medyo sa taas. What do you call this bone? Cheekbone. The hollows of your cheeks, yeah. And then here.
Hello.
Hello, yes, I'm here. Sorry. Si Seth kasi ang gulo eh.
Ay,
Okay, so just
medyo
go ahead and do this. I'm sorry. So to those of you watching at home, I hope you can see. And then you wanna pull that upwards na, no?
medyo
Papatuloy mo
nag
na ito dito. Diyan ka ba, Bim? Ay, tutuloy
ayan,
mo
okay
lang
na
siya.
po.
Yan, tutuloy mo lang siya papunta sa forehead. Tapos, I don't know, yung ginagamit kasi na term ni Mikey and ni Seth is para hindi magmukhang nakasuot ka ng mascara, kailangan pag nagko-contour ka ng forehead hanggang dito sa anit. So that it doesn't look like you're wearing a mask. Na parang may nakapatong lang dyan. So, you want to contour it hanggang dito sa taas. Here. See? I mean, you want to bronze it until here.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so you want to do that too on the other side. Siyempre, kailangan, no, guys, for our face to be balanced, dapat sobrang pantay. Medyo challenging yun sa una, Vim. Pero according to your notes, na-explain naman siya ng mabuti and nagagawa mo naman siya ng maayos. So I don't think we're gonna have much trouble with bronzer. And the brush that you're using is actually very good kasi naggaganito siya. It flattens. So marami siyang nako-cover na area. So that's good. Perfect brush for bronzer. There. There. Okay. So, yung dito natin, Vim, we're not going to contour this area sa'yo because your chin is very narrow. It's going to make it smaller. So, we're gonna leave it like that na lang. Okay? So, whenever you do your bronzer, you can leave this blank. You just can set it na lang with powder. Next, we're going to do our blush. So, the idea here, Vim, is dapat continuous yung iyong bronzer with your blush. So, you can take this palette here or any blush that you like. Pwede yung sa BLK. I saw that shade. I think that's great for your skin tone. And then, you want to take a brush. May I see it?
Blush brush po.
Blush brush, yeah.
Okay. yung...
Ayan, yes, you can use that. So as long as it's fluffy, no matter kung ano yung shape, that's fine. So yung kay Vim, that's a dome brush kasi pag ganyan siya. So tapos yung ends niya medyo pag
Meron
ganun.
din.
We can reserve that for contour because it's angled. So let's use the other one instead. Okay, so what you want to do is to pick up your blush. So I'm gonna show you first how to do glam blush. Kailangan nating i-avoid yung traditional way of just putting it on the apples of your cheeks or applying it on the apples of your cheeks. What you want to do is to pick up the product like so, and then you apply it onto the apples of your cheeks, but you're gonna have to blend it out fast, pataas sa cheekbones, and then a little bit towards the nose, so that this whole hair area has a flush. Diba? Yung parang tinatawag natin na drunk blush. So, again, if you can see it in the camera, so here sa center, oops, nawala si Vim. Okay, so to you guys watching, ayan, ito sa center, tapos pag ganon, tapos papunta sa middle ng nose. Nawala ka, Vim.
Ayan.
Ayan, okay. So, again, can you try to apply the other side with me? So,
Medyo naghang po kasi yung screen, although yung audio naririnig, pero yung screen, so I wasn't able to see
oh,
yung...
no problem. I'll do it again. So, I'm using a dark shade. So, the idea is you dust it lang. Kasi when you pounce it, like how you would your buffing brush, it kind of amplifies the color too much. So what you can do is just to dust it on the center, like so, on the apples of your cheeks, and then you quickly dust it upwards, and then you pull some pigment to the center as well if you want a drunk blush look. Kasi if you haven't noticed, guys, you really naturally flush here at the center pag when you work out or when you drink alcohol or liquor. That's why it's called drunk blush. So can you try to do that, Vin, so I can see?
Dust lang, pataas, right? Then,
Yes. Alongside your cheekbones, yeah. So may question tayo dito. Pwede bang i-use as bronzer yung color tint Andre? Let's check! Ito yung Andre, guys. Andre is too orange. Mary. Ganito siya. It's very orange. I don't suggest you use it as a bronzer kung pareho tayo ng skin tone. Pero kung morena ka, you can pull it off. So, depends on your skin tone. Here, yan siya. Very orange. So, for morenas siya. You can use it as a blush if you want. Yan.
there.
There. Okay. So I can see it here sa other side. I think we need to intensify pa the other side para pantay.
Which side po? This...
The other one. There. Mm-mm. So those of you watching, this is our live 101 class with one of our students. This is her 4th session. Ayan. So, nung mga last na sessions mo, Vim, anong ginamit mong pangkilay?
It's a pencil. Pencil.
Do you also want me to use pencil or do you want me to demo using another product?
Nadala din naman po ni Miss Seth yung eyebrow. I forgot the yung ano po. Ayan niya. That one.
Okay, so for the viewers, I'll use this. What do you want to use tonight?
Yung pencil po yung gagamitin ko. Masanay po kasi ako sa pencil.
No problem. So, but you have to do it darker or more intense when it comes to the pigment. Kasi this is glam na. So, I'll demo it first. I'm using a black one, guys, para you can really see. So, what you want to do is just to brush your brow hairs into one direction. So, before we start, Vim, i-study lang natin yung shape ng face mo, no? So, sabi mo, ang problem area mo is your forehead is a bit prominent. And then also because your face is round. So, what you want to do is to put an arch on your brows to create the illusion that this arch is higher, making your forehead smaller. And then it's also going to create the illusion that your face is more oval and not round. Okay, so medyo your face is a mix of round and heart eh, kasi your chin is very narrow. So I'll teach you how to draw an arch. First, you want to outline the lower part of your brows first. And for those of you who are beginners pagdating sa brows, you don't want to go in with such a heavy color like this. I just use this during the classes kasi it can be seen better online. And then after you draw yung baba na area, Vim, i-imagine mo na may arch dito pa lang sa baba. And then you do the same on the upper corner or on the upper side. And you just want to arch that like so. And then pull it downwards so that the two ends meet at the tail. See? So what it does is because it's arched, it's going to create the illusion that your uh, face is longer. So can you try and do that? Ayan. For those of you watching, without adding any more product to your brush, you can just drag it to the center para this area is lighter. See? So let's fill in my brows. And then you may also draw hair-like strokes here at the inner corner para it looks more bushy here rather than drawn in, if you know what I mean. See? If you have any questions, guys, just comment down below. Oh, we're gonna ask you to send a picture later, Vim, for filing, no? For your file. I'm also gonna clean this up na din, guys, while waiting for Vim. Tahimik talaga pag nagkikilay, no?
True.
True. Vim, di ba you're a nurse?
Yes po.
Do you practice it?
Hindi.
Hindi na, no? Oo nga, I remember.
Ang baba ng
Sa
pay.
Philippines.
Kaya
Yeah.
wala naman balak to move out of the country, so hindi ko na pinursu.
Good for you.
Yeah. Family of nurses kasi kami, kaya napilitan lang din akong
Oh no.
So, sinunod ko lang naman sila. So, after nun, bahala na ako sa buhay ko. May license naman ako and all, pero yun nga, ayoko talaga.
Ayaw mo talagang mag-practice. I have a lot of friends also who took up nursing, graduated nursing, passed the board.
Board.
Board is what you call it, di ba, for nursing.
Medyo di pantay.
Okay lang. Wag kang ma-pressure na ipantay kasi ganun talaga sa simula. I'm just doing one brow para I can focus on watching you also.
Yeah.
There. Okay. So, can you appreciate that? Na-appreciate mo ba na kapag mas pointed siya sa arch is yung illusion is parang yung forehead space mo is smaller also.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Okay. So, up next we're gonna do eyeshadow. So, for eyeshadow, we're going to have to set or prime our crease first. If you have an eye primer, you can use that, but you can also use concealer. Usually professionals, meron silang eye primers. Pero for you, because you don't really want to, shell out too much din. Kasi medyo mahal ang eye primers, you can use a concealer. So, how I would do it is just to apply it on the center of my eye. And then, I use my ring finger to distribute it outwards. Kasi my ring finger has the least pressure. So, it's the gentlest finger, pinaka-gentle na finger. Gentlest, there's no such word as gentlest, guys. It's the most gentle finger that you can use for your eye. Katawanan ako ni Seth. Ayan. So, it also helps, like if you plan to use really a pop of color, it helps to have this base na mas maputi ng onte. Can you do it on both eyes, Vim?
Okay.
So because you've done eyeshadow a couple of times with your other coaches, Vim, we're gonna do something more complicated tonight. Are you ready? Are you scared? Joke.
Kinakabahan lang po.
Kinakabahan ka lang. Okay. Thank you, Miss Seth.
Thank you, Miss Abby.
Whatever, Miss Seth. So to those of you watching, I am about to apply eyeshadow as well, but I'm gonna do one eye muna. Para ano, yan. So you've spread it already. Vim, you can always pull this up until your brow para itong area na to, medyo na-highlight na yung brow bone natin. So I usually pull it up until here. There. Okay. So up next, let's answer some questions first while you're setting your while you're priming your crease. Coach, what about po yung eyebrow kit na merong wax and powder? Tama po bang pang-outline yung wax at pang-set yung powder? I have kasi yung pink sugar na eyebrow kit and it has 3 powder shades and a wax. So I'm not so sure, Vim, if you're familiar with this, yung mga powder brow products na may wax. No? So this is how it works, guys. You can actually interchange the two. You can start with the wax first so that yung powder sticks to the wax, or you can start with the powder first so that the wax sets the powder. So it's totally up to you. Bakit may nag-angry react? Nagagalit po ba kayo? Okay. Ayan. So, yon. That's the answer, Mary or Monica, should I say. Pwede mo siyang i-interchange. Ako, I like doing the wax first kasi I have sparse areas. It helps with really helping the pigment of the brow powder stick to my eyebrows. Si Seth naman, on the other hand, because she has full brows, she starts with the powder first and then sets it with wax. There. All right. Ayan. So now, Monica, now Vim, that you've already placed your eyeshadow primer on, we're going to start by setting it first. So you can use your powder or you can use an eyeshadow color that's the same as your skin tone. So just take a big fluffy brush. Tapos, set mo lang yan just to make sure na walang basa. Some people skip this part, lalo na pag magaling na silang mag-blend. Pero for now, dahil nagsisimula ka pa lang, iset muna natin to, no? Let's set it like this. So you just want to distribute the powder or the eyeshadow all over the area where you put concealer.
Lightest color po, no?
Yeah, lightest color or something near your skin tone. Or to make it less complicated, you can just do powder. Kung ano man yung pressed or loose powder mo dyan.
Okay po. Loose powder na lang muna.
Okay, sige. So just dip your brush, take a little bit of loose powder. Because you can use that. Yan. So, blend it all. Make sure na walang concealer na nagpipeek through. Tapos, can you show me pala what eyeshadow palette you're planning to use. Alam ko marami ka dyan eh. Hi, Joe.
I think ito na lang.
Ayan. Oh my God, ang dami. Marami ba yung, do you have other options? Kasi I think I'm well versed with that palette that has too many shimmers. Do you have some?
Meron din po akong matte.
Yeah,
May
let's go for that.
naman siya. I'm not sure. Oh, no. Ang mga, ito po yung, pero may din siya.
Oh
Medyo
no.
din siya.
Oh, sige, let's go for the matte one. What
Okay.
else do you have? Do you have pa ba? None na.
None na po. Pero may mga matte colors naman siya. Pero more on neutral yung shades.
Okay, sige, let's go for something neutral then, if that's the case. Okay, so I was originally planning for doing something red or pink, pero let's do something neutral. So,
Let's see. Medyo may shimmer lang ng konti yung may shimmer.
kung meron siyang shimmer, Vim, you can use your contour palette as eyeshadow.
Okay.
Just to ano. So, I'll show you the color that I'm gonna use. Tapos you try to look for a similar one from either your eyeshadow palette or your contour kit. Okay. Ayan. Sabi ni Christina, nung nakita ko yung palettes ni Vim, napaaray ako. Bakit, girl? Ang dami, no? Nakakaloka. Okay, so I'll start with something like this. Itong katabi niya is medyo cool. Actually, they're very similar. Pero as you can see, this one is cool and this one is warm. I'm gonna go for the warm one, Vim. Kasi yung contact lenses ko right now is cool. So in contrast with my cool contact lens, I'm gonna use something warm on my eye. So if ever in the future you plan to wear contact lenses for vanity purposes, you always remember that. Yung nagko-contrast yung kanyang cool and warm undertone. So I'm gonna pick up the color, and then what you wanna do is just to imagine the space in between, yung hollow space dito in between your bone and your eyeball. Yung kung saan mo nadidip yung iyong kamay. Tapos, you just want to apply the color there. You can do one eye muna. Mamaya na tayo mag full face once we're offline. So, you can just do circular motions. This will work best kapag yung brush mo is super lambot. So, try to look for your softest brush. Let me just prime na rin my other piece para ano. Ayan. So, ayan. So, Vim, I just have a tip for you. Medyo ilayo mo yung fingers mo para mas spread out yung circles. Tapos, as you go smaller in area or darker or deeper in color, dun tayo lalapit sa brush or sa bristles. So, ayan o, can you see? Pag mas malayo, medyo mas dispersed yung pagkaka-blend mo ng transition shade. Pagod ka na, Seth! Grabe guys, pagod na pagod kami. You know how many times I removed my makeup today? Not just for teaching, pero for TikTok, for... I think my skin... Hi daw, Miss Seth.
Hello.
Ikaw na dito, Seth? Ayoko na. Joke. Ikaw nga maglagay ng makeup ko.
Ano bang blue?
Sali ka.
Gawin ko na yung makeup mo.
Ang tapang nito. Sige nga. She's gonna do my makeup daw. While she's doing my makeup, matagal niya nang gustong gawin to eh. Okay, can I see? Can you take a photo on Viber, Vim, and send it to me? I just want to see how intense it is. Are you really gonna do my eyeshadow?
Is that a classic black okay?
Ah,
what are you doing ba?
Classic brown smoky eye.
Sige.
Sige daw. Gusto ko yung pinapakita mo yung cleavage mo sa national television.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Dayan! Hi, Dayan!
Oh, hi, Dayan.
Hi, Nash!
Parang hindi siya as in super neutral lang.
Yeah, overwhelming nga siya, Christina, no? Ang dami kasing shades. Tignan mo yan, nag-back out ka, buwisit. Okay.
Or should I
Ay,
pick
hindi, okay lang.
Ay,
Okay lang siya,
ayan.
babe. Nasend naman siya. It's okay. For beginners, that's okay. Pero I would advise na medyo mas mababa yung color, like mine. So we can proceed with the next shade. If you have a smaller brush, you have a smaller brush, similar to the shape of your first brush, we can pick that up and then pick up a darker version of brown. So we're doing a classic brown smoky eye, guys. Okay.
That is the smallest pala. Yung smallest yung na-pick ko. Ito na po yung smallest.
Do you have a medium shade? A medium sized one?
A medium lang. Hindi. Ito na siya. Yung susunod.
Yes, you can do that. Sige. Let's pick that up and then you can pick up like a medium brown. I would usually go for something like this, but because we're online and I wanted to translate well on camera, I'm gonna go for this one. Oh, this one na lang because this is warmer. So if you have a warmer shade, you just have to pick that up. Tap off the excess because we're going darker. You have to be really careful with the fallout, and then you just want to blend that here right below your first shade. And it depends on your eyeshadow. Pag you know na medyo mabilis mag-set yung eyeshadow mo, Vim, you have to blend faster there. So you can see it adds depth to my eyes kasi nga eyeshadow is a form of contour. Yan. So, Coach Abby, nakiki-coach. Ano ka ba? Hindi naman kailangan maging student to call us coach. Uh, we actually like it better when you call us with your first names. Ayan, she's talking about what color you use to set your primer. Ayan, depende. Yes, tama, depende. If you're a morena, you wanna go for something that's nearer to your skin tone. Tama yon. That's right, Christina. Hi, Miss Abby. Ayan, Danella is our student from Tarlac. Miss you too. So ito guys, yung dinagdagan ko na ng dark brown. As you can see, it formed like a deeper fold on my eye. Because like I've mentioned, eyeshadow is a form of contour. So you just want to blend that more. There. Tapos if you feel, Vim, na parang hindi mo siya na-blend ng maayos, you can go to your first brush. Tapos wag mo na siyang lagyan ng pigment. Tapos mag-blend ka na lang ulit. I'm just gonna drink water. Excuse me. And then I'm gonna do the same on the other eye. And then, ganun din. So you can do circular motions or you can do windshield wiper motions. We discussed this one sa 102 class na. Pero in your case, Vim, kasi medyo protruding yung mata mo, tapos marami ka namang crease space, so you're okay to do circular motions like that. If you hear me typing, I'm keying in notes kasi I don't like to hold my pen. There. Kinatay na ni Coach Seth yung ilaw, parang gusto niya na akong umuwi. You want me to go home, girl? Hindi, sige lang. Mas gusto ko na dark. Mas nakikita nyo, no, pag dark. Ayan. Do you see how smoked out it is, Vim? Like
Yes.
you can't really tell where the dark color started and ended. It just diffused onto or into that orange or warm brown. That's how you want it.
Right.
You can do the same technique for any color like kasi meron tayong tinatawag na monochromatic eyeshadow. That's when you use the same shades of ano. That's when you use different colors of different shades. So, for instance, if you do a monochromatic peach look or a monochromatic peach eyeshadow look, you're gonna use something like this here. So, all peachy shades, for different intensities. Ganun siya. Ayun. So far naman you're doing well.
There po.
There. Okay. Can you take a photo again so I can see it on Viber? Ayun. Sorry guys for the breaks pero I need to check kasi what she's doing. Ayan, sabi ni Christina, guys, tip lang, huwag masyadong mawili sa pagbili ng set ng brushes. Yung 30 brushes kasi madalas di nagagamit. Yeah, that's right. I'm very guilty of that. I buy a lot of brushes, pero syempre meron akong rason, like for academic purposes. Pero kayo, kung bumibili kayo, please handpick your brushes very well. Lalo na kapag 30 set, 40-piece set, some of those hindi nyo magagamit not unless you really know or you do it professionally. So be careful. I like brushes from Colourpop. They have this brush roll set na I bought online. Yung ganito. Perfect for personal lang. I think this is just 11 or 12 brushes. Thank you for the tip, Christina, and thank you for tuning in. Ayan. So, Vim, I received your image na. Let's just loading. Okay. Tama to, Vim. Ano na lang, kulang na lang tayo dito sa outer corner. Medyo nakabukas siya. So, dapat you have pigment pa rin here, no? Dagdagan na lang natin yun later. So, we can proceed na. Yung last na brush na pinakita mo sa akin, the really small one. The one that looks like this.
Saan ko na naman siya nalagay?
Yan ang problema, no? Ang gulo-gulo palagi ng mga
Wala ko
face.
lang, hinahanap ko pa din, ganon. Asan na siya? Ayun. Ito
Ayun,
po.
here, there. This one's, if it's pointed here, if it's pointed or circular at the edge, you call this a pencil brush.
A
This is
pencil.
the pencil brush. This one naman, it's a bit fluffy, but it's more dense. Kasi it's flatter, you just call this a smudge brush. So for the last shade that we're gonna use, not naman the last, the darkest shade that we're gonna use, Vim, you can use either of the two. So I'll demo it muna, how you would do it on your eye. So when you check your eyes, Vim, if you look straight to the camera, medyo similar tayo ng mata. Our eyes are very almond or round. Kasi usually, when you put like a line here at the center, where your pupil is, no? Yung pupil natin, pag ginitna mo to, tapos the outer corner is above that line, it means that your eyes are upturned. But if the outer corner is below that line, it means that your eyes are downturned. So for us, because our eyes are in pretty good shape, we can just easily do this part. Medyo mas mahirap for people with downturned and upturned eyes. Your eyes, kasi mas maraming nakikita na puti, they're more of round than almond. Pero it's not really a problem. It's fine. So you take your darkest shade. I'm gonna take a really dark brown now. And I'm gonna show you how it's done first before you try to do it, okay? So here at sa very last eyelash natin, right above it, you just want to deposit the pigment. So we use the term deposit because you're just going to like bounce your brush and tap it or dab it onto the outer corner like so. See? So it's very messy right now. So you can go back to your second brush and you can use that to blend that in. And the reason why we put it here and not sa pinaka-outer edge, kasi when you blend it out, the brush does its job of distributing the pigment all over. So you can just blend it in like so. So can you try to pick up a dark brown shade?
Okay.
Ang hina daw ng signal sa kanila. Di bali guys, you can replay this naman and we have a lot of videos on YouTube, TikTok, or here on Facebook if you want tutorials. And we'll probably go live. I'm not sure lang tomorrow if we have students na pwedeng i-live. Kasi I think lahat sila tomorrow halos professional and um, marketing class. So, medyo boring yun guys. Information overload yun. Baka mabore lang kayo sa ganung stream. Ang mga stream lang namin yung medyo happy. Pag puro lecture, ayaw namin i-stream kasi mabobore lang kayo. Ayan. So, blending it, Vim, is important para walang harsh line. It transitions from the dark shade to the light shade. Tapos, pag kunyari, Vim, di ba, ganito yung makeup mo at work, and you want to make it like, kunyari, you have a date night or a girl's night out, you can just take that eyeshadow shade, tapos dagdagan mo lang, and it's gonna make it more glamorous. Yan. So, let's try to add a lot, Vim, kasi this is a glam look. So, I want to be able to see you really build smoke onto your crease.
That's for the darkest shade po, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's following us on TikTok? Comment down below. I don't really get to know people. Madami kasing followers sa TikTok eh. Minsan hindi ko nababasa yung comments lagi. So, when you go far, you can see that dark shade over here. Kind of makes your eyes longer. I'll just try to zoom it in on me. There. So guys, you can see how smoked out it is right now. So you can just keep on smoking it out like so. So kahit na malayo kayo, no, parang it elongates. Oh, it's Jam. Hi, Jam. Hello. Jam's just waiting for her palette para she can start now with the 102. Oh, you're the one who asked pala about the contouring. If you use Color Red, comment down below. Isn't it such a great product? Hindi pa ako nagbabrowse sa kabila. Habang inaantay ko si Vim na mag-blend. Gagawin ko yung browse. You're done na ba?
I'm not sure if this is good na or
Can you
should I
take a
turn this
photo?
on? Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna do my other brow. Grabe guys. I think I put on makeup like 5 times. Hi, how about you, Coach Seth? How many times did you put on makeup today?
Twice on my left side, thrice on my right side.
Oh no. Did you hear that? She put on makeup twice on her left side and thrice on her right side. That sounds so terrible. We consume makeup remover here like crazy. Okay, I'm checking out your photo na, Vim. Oh, you have to add some more Vim sa outer corner. Make it darker pa. Para you can really see the effect. So, it's the same process. Just deposit the pigment on the outer end. I'll probably be on TikTok later answering questions. For those of you guys who are not following us on TikTok yet, it pays to follow us there.
Oh, yeah.
I think I drew this too high.
Did you?
Pakita na naman yung pubelics ko. Ah,
Okay.
my brows are too pointed. Oh, it's Chona. Hi, Chona.
Hi, Chana.
Hindi ko pa natuturuan si Chona, no?
Hindi
Si
pa.
Chona kasi is enrolled in the Boss Babe class eh. I'm assigned kasi to the 101 students. Pero Chona, I hope to see you soon. And you can always watch us naman. After that, Vim, can you take a photo again? You know, it's so mirrored. I don't know what I'm looking at sometimes. Hello daw, Miss Seth.
Hello.
She's tired na, Chona. She's tired of me. Don't you love me na, Miss Seth?
Hello.
Whatever.
I love you. You're the best.
Okay. Chona tuloy. Vim, can you take a photo para I can see?
Yes, I sent it na po.
You said it na?
Yep.
Yeah, that's better. So that's how smoked out it should be, parang yung akin. Pero I think you can improve pa, lalo na if you have the right products. Okay, now we're gonna do shimmer. So for our eye shapes, we wanna put shimmer here, from here to here. So if you find that your shimmers are medyo hirap kumapit, you can always put concealer first. Pero for today, we're just gonna put shimmer on top of the matte eyeshadow. So I think Seth is gonna need to put my eyelashes on. She's so tired of her life na, guys. You can use your finger, Vim, pero can you choose a shimmer shade muna? If you're familiar with the champagne shade, so it's how do I describe champagne? Kind of like a pink.
It's the shade of your natural glow. Like when you sweat,
It's just shade or natural glow.
do you put on your lashes?
Later, I'm not done
You're
pa.
not done yet.
I'm not sure if this is
Yeah, that's pwede. That's pwede. The one in the center.
Perfect.
okay.
Hello there, Miss Chona.
I'm gonna use the one from Caroline para medyo similar tayo. So, what you wanna do here, Vim, is to take a little bit of that pigment. You can use a small brush. I'm using a really small one. This is a nifty brush to have if you're into glam looks. So, first you want to deposit that here at the center so that this has more pigment. And then Vim, you can just disperse that outward inwards, I mean. So that para siyang ano, what do you call this? It diffuses onto that dark shade. See? So, can I see you do it? Ayan. So, you're holding the brush right. Tama. Pag ganito dapat. That's right. Especially na it's a flat brush. Very good. Oh, by the way, because we're already discussing shimmers and glitters, Vim, just in case you want to buy a palette in the future, I just want to show you what a shimmer and a glitter looks like. So this is a pressed shimmer, and this is a pressed glitter. As you can see, pressed glitters have bigger particles as the syempre because it's a glitter. So it's just basically the normal glitter. And then you have your shimmer. So pressed glitters, just remember Vim, na they're supposed to be uh cosmetic grade glitters. This is some people mistakenly use like national bookstore glitters
Yeah.
and put it in their eye. You can't do that because those are, for example, the pigment used to create those glitters. They're not FDA approved. And they're also made of metal. This one is made of something friendlier, like a friendlier kind of plastic or nylon. And then yung shimmer naman, they have smaller particles. So what's the difference? To demonstrate, I'm gonna put some glitter on my other eye. So you can see the difference. I believe that everyone should have like pressed glitter, at least one. Okay, so can you see how that is? Yeah, so that this is what pressed glitter looks like. So if I go far, you can still see how glittery or shiny or shimmery this is. Pero ito hindi na masyado. So the reason behind that is because pressed glitter they're bigger particles, so light bounces more. So remember that, Vim, ha, kasi that's included in your assessment. Cheating, sinabi na kagad yung assessment. So the pressed glitter, they're bigger in particles, so light bounces more. So even if you're far away, you can still see it. So for instance, pageant, ganyan, or theater, pressed glitter is really great. Or if you really want to gain attention, which is not so bad. Ayan, so papantay ko lang siya. So it's the same process. Sometimes you're going to need glitter glue for this to stick. Sometimes it's fine. You don't need glitter glue anymore. There. Okay. So to those of you watching live, we're going offline. We're gonna continue with doing her eyeliner and her lashes. And if you guys want to join our classes, feel free to message us. Tomorrow is the last day of the 50% off for the Boss Babe class. So you might want to maximize that. No, 1499 na lang yung class until tomorrow only. So we'll see you guys. If you want us to go live again, just comment down below. Send us a message for any requests. And yeah, thanks. Bye. Vim, don't go away. Yeah. We're gonna stay here